some basic things that we will discuss. First thing, why to take history optional. Second thing that we have to discuss is that how to tackle history optional, what are the important sources for history optional, and then how to tackle something that is considered most difficult, but basically that is the easiest part of the syllabus, that is map questions. So how to tackle the map questions, basic thing that we are going to discuss. Now see this and try to understand. Online candidates, you can keep putting your questions in the chat box, but before that, something that I would like to discuss with you. First of all, if we talk about history as optional, why most of the candidates they would prefer history as optional, because anyway history you read in GS. I'm not going to add many facts into what you have already studied in GS, but only thing that I would add would be historiography. My part is very simple. What is history optional? GS plus historiography, that is analysis, and that will bring you to the history optional level. So what we have to do in the GS history, what you have studied, we just have to add the analysis part through historiography. अब एक और भी बात समझिए, what do you think about historiography is? Should we just keep writing the names of the historians? That is historiography? Not at all. Look, in syllabus, UPSC says that the marks would be given for originality. UPSC ने बोला the marks would be given for originality. So if you're just directly quoting the historians, basically, you're not giving anything that you have understood by yourself. Your own language. If Romila Thapar said something, अब पढ़ेंगे the first chapter of Romila Thapar is Perception of the Past. That is the first chapter of Romila Thapar. Romila Thapar says that the Westerners, they had a wrong idea that there was no history writing in India. But in India, the history writing was certainly different than what was the Western concept. That is equally true. For example, they would just quote those incidents that would give a moral teaching to the people. Ramayana, Mahabharata, Purana, Upanishad, all, we get so many description of so many stories, but all the stories would give you some moral teaching. Political history was less important for us, like fighting, which was more important for the Westerners. Maybe spiritual, cultural, moral, ideological type of teaching was more important for Indian perspective. So there is history, but nature is different. Now this is what Romila Thapar would discuss in entire 2 pages. But this is what 4 lines you understand. अब 2 पेज जब रोमिला थापर ने बात की, उसमें से ये 3 लाइन आपको समझ में आई. अब आपको ये लिखना है एग्जाम में. दिस इज हिस्टोग्राफी. Historiography is the easiest part. How you see history. No, Ramayana and Mahabharata, it is there. But how you look towards it, that is what would make it the part of historiography. Is this not? R.S. Sharma would say that Mahabharata, later Vedic age, the Aryans were migrating towards east. No, from west to east, they were migrating toward east. But in east, the land was very fertile. There would be a depiction for the fight for land. Mahabharata is fight for land. Good land, good rain, good agriculture, land was precious. So there would be a fight for land. The Mahabharata like a story would be written. So R.S. Sharma would look towards Mahabharata in Marxist historiography perspective. Historiography is the easiest part of the syllabus. Rather than abruptly putting this historian said this historian said that, when you start integrating this in your understanding, that is what is optional level. तब आप लिखते हैं optional. ऑप्शनल का मतलब ये नहीं है कि आपने लिखा पहले फैक्ट फिर बताया कि इसके 3 historian ऐसी बातें कह रहे हैं. That is coherent. That is how you derive something. No, that is how you derive a view. That is historiography. So you know about Mahabharata, you know about Purana, Upanishad. I'm not going to add many facts into that. Whatever you have studied in GS, same facts plus some more facts and a lot of analysis. We are going to debate. And we are going to generate the points. But trust me, if 2 points of historiography I have discussed with you from Ramila Thapar and R.S. Sharma, trust me, in this entire life, without even writing it once, you would never be able to forget. आप इसे भूलेंगे नहीं. और मैं आपको गारंटी देता हूँ, आप इसको मत लिखिए कहीं और मुझे इसे भूल के दिखा दीजिए. लोग कहते हैं ना हिस्ट्री याद नहीं होते. मैं कहता हूँ हिस्ट्री भूल के दिखा दीजिए. आप भूल नहीं सकते हिस्ट्री, बिकॉज हिस्ट्री इज एम्बेडेड. Without it, there is no subject. This is the mother branch. This is the mother branch. It's a very simple, humble subject. You may come from the topper of JNU, and you may come as one from engineering background, and you may from MBA background. UPSC says that everyone would have to start from scratch because university education is different from UPSC education. In university, you study something in detail, and many of the things are not touched at all. In UPSC, you have to study everything in basic detail, and you have to derive a meaning out of it by going for a permutation and combination of all the things. So that becomes far more interesting. अब ये पहले से ज़्यादा मज़ेदार हो जाता है. Plus, when we go for the class, जब हम क्लास के लिए जाएंगे, many of you may not be from history background at all. Many of you may be from history background. जब आपने फर्स्ट ईयर सेकेंड ईयर में आपको बहुत मज़ा नहीं आता पढ़ने में. So each time we are starting with history, we are starting with very basic thing, very basic zero level thing, no? Basic thing. And then we are going to the best level that is possible. Like, what do you mean by Upanishad? Why they were written? So they were a reaction to the rituals of the Vedas. But don't you think that if they were a reaction to the rituals of the Vedas, they would emphasize on philosophy to get salvation? Basic thing. पहले हम discuss करेंगे. और जब आप उस बेसिक चीज को डिस्कस करेंगे, एनीवे फॉर यूपीएससी जीएस एवरी सिंगल पार्ट वुड बी कवर्ड. फॉर एग्जांपल, one Upanishad is there that is called Katha Upanishad. In Katha Upanishad, there is interesting story of Yam and Nachiketa. Nachiketa would keep on asking the questions from the god of death, Yam, about life, about death, no, about birth, rebirth, and Yama would keep on answering that. So don't you think that this story is giving you a moral, an ideal, a philosophy? It's a parable. It's a parable. This year in preliminary examination, UPSC asked the question, statement based question about Upanishad. Preliminary examination में पूछा था उन्होंने पूछा that do we have parables in Upanishad or not? You have to decide. The statement was that the Upanishad do not have any parables. It's wrong. There are so many parables. There are so many stories that will give you philosophical ideas. Once you are prepared for history, basically you're prepared for completely GS. Plus, when you prepare for history, you are absolutely prepared for writing essay. Because one essay certainly would be there where a lot of history would be used. In interview, you cannot talk without knowing about the history of anything. A subject that is optional, that is always would be there with you, is history optional, because up to interview level, suppose they are asking anything about post-independence, political situation, social situation, economic situation, without giving the historic background, you cannot deal with it. So in class, my task is very simple. First, many of you may not come from history background at all. So first, the very basic thing, who was Ashoka? Then again, the analysis part, that if Ashoka had Dhamma, then what a different historiography is about Dhamma. What is the meaning of Dhamma? Why it was there? Should have been there. Was it a blunder? Was it not? Was it a big success? We are going to discuss that from all the dimensions, and that would take you to the history optional level. So, my task is first in the class is to let you know the basic, very basic thing about history. Then we go to the optional level, and then when we go to the optional level, after each chapter there would be a test, and I would not upload the test so that you write it later by looking into the books and the notes. Appear the test in real time, because the question would be surprise, and you have to derive the answer then and there itself, because this is what you have to do there in exam. अब एग्जाम में क्या करेंगे? क्वेश्चन वुड बी सरप्राइज, यू हैव टू डिराइव द आंसर देन एंड देयर इटसेल्फ. तो बात बहुत सिंपल है. क्लास टेस्ट में भी यही करिए. अगर आप यहाँ पे रनिंग की प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हो और एग्जाम में स्विमिंग के लिए जा रहे हैं, ये तो अजीब बात हो जाएगी. तो यहाँ पे भी स्विमिंग की प्रैक्टिस कर लेते हैं, ज़्यादा अच्छी बात होगी. सो आफ्टर ईच चैप्टर देयर वुड बी अ टेस्ट, ईच चैप्टर. सो द टेस्ट सीरीज इज इंटीग्रेटेड इनटू ऑप्शनल. होता क्या है, बच्चे बोलते हैं कि पहले ऑप्शनल करेंगे फिर टेस्ट सीरीज करेंगे. ये तो टाइम की बर्बादी है. अब दोबारा ऑप्शनल पढ़ रहे होंगे, क्या मतलब बनता है इसका? When you are going for the optional, that time itself you should appear for the test series just to see कि आपने जो पढ़ा उससे कोई फायदा भी होता है. Are you coming to the UPSC level or not? मान लीजिए कि you appear for the the optional foundation now, and suppose you go for the test series next year, and next year you come to know that you're not UPSC level, then उसके बाद क्या? फिर से पढ़ेंगे ऑप्शनल? अभी पढ़िए ऑप्शनल, अभी टेस्ट सीरीज लीजिए, इंटीग्रेट करिए, टेस्ट रियल टाइम में दीजिए, क्योंकि जब आप टेस्ट रियल टाइम में देंगे, व्हेन यू अपीयर फॉर द टेस्ट इन रियल टाइम, you exactly come to know about your writing ability and how to improve it. Then if after each chapter there is a test, there will not be any backlog, बहुत सारा बैकलॉग नहीं होगा. सबसे ज़्यादा डिप्रेशन कब होता है? जब आपको पता होता है कि बहुत सारा बैकलॉग हो गया है, और जब आप डिप्रेशन में होते हो तो सबसे ज़्यादा टाइम खराब कर रहे होते हैं. तो बिल्कुल भी टाइम बर्बाद नहीं करना है. हर चैप्टर के बाद ठीक अगले दिन एक टेस्ट होगा. इट वुड बी लाइक मिनी रिविजन्स, मल्टीपल टाइम्स, मिनी रिविजन्स मल्टीपल टाइम्स. Then there would be some questions and tests that would revise everything. For example, if I say that trace the evolution of Brahmanical religion into Hinduism in ancient age. Now, when the Aryans came to India, there were no temples, no images, no theory of incarnation, no bhaktism. All that would emerge by Gupta time period. टेम्पल आ जाएंगे, भगवतिज्म बहुत प्रोमिनेंट हो जाएगा, भक्तिज्म बहुत प्रोमिनेंट हो जाएगा, थियरी ऑफ री इनकारनेशन, Vishnu would have so many incarnations. How this all evolved over the ages in ancient India. So you have to use all the chapters to write that. मैंने बोला trace the evolution of sculpture in ancient India. You will have to add all the parts of all the chapters to create that. So there would be some test that would make you revise all the chapters again. But test would be in class. क्लास में ही टेस्ट होगा, सो दैट आपकी एक मिनी रिवीजन हो जाएगी. एट द सेम टाइम आपको डर नहीं लगेगा जब आप एग्जाम में जाएंगे. व्हेन यू हैव 25 टाइम्स अपीयर्ड फॉर द टेस्ट, एग्जाम वुड बी 26 टेस्ट, बिकॉज यू हैव द हैबिट ऑफ डिराइविंग द आंसर देन एंड देयर इटसेल्फ. देन अगेन व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट हिस्ट्री, द थ्री बेसिक थिंग्स दैट यू शुड नो. हाउ टू गो फॉर हिस्ट्री. ऑनलाइन कैंडिडेट्स, अगर हम कैमरा बंद करके बैठे रहेंगे तो दोस्ती कैसे होगी? ये बात मुझे बिल्कुल भी समझ में नहीं आई. तो ऑनलाइन कैंडिडेट जल्दी से अपने कौन क्वेश्चंस चैट बॉक्स में डालिए. अगर एक दो स्माइल्स डाल देंगे तो और भी खुशी की बात होगी. कंचन, भरत, अर्नव, आकर्ष, जस्ट ट्राई टू बी देयर ऑन कैमरा. आप कैमरे पे होंगे तो थोड़ी दोस्ती हो जाएगी. अगर आप नहीं पढ़ रहे होंगे तो मैं थोड़ी डांट भी लगा दूंगा. सो जो ऑफलाइन में बच्चे बैठे हैं उसमें से एक बच्चा मुझसे क्लास में पढ़ चुका है. उसे पता है कि अगर क्लास में आप नहीं पढ़ रहे तो मैं थोड़ी डांट भी लगा रहा होता हूँ. पर if you're doing very good and you're not appreciated, and if you're doing something bad and you're not getting criticized, the improvement would not come. When Tendulkar was very young, बहुत छोटा था Tendulkar, then Ramakant Achrekar, the coach of Sachin Tendulkar, used to put a coin of 1 rupee on the wicket and would ask Tendulkar to defend that throughout the day. And if throughout the day Tendulkar would defend that, then Tendulkar would earn that 1 rupee coin. That 1 rupee coin earned for Tendulkar eventually billions. इसमें कोई शक नहीं है. इट्स रिग्रेस प्रैक्टिस. यूपीएससी में हम दोस्ती करने नहीं आए हैं. मैं दोस्ती करूंगा आपसे जिस दिन आपकी रिक्रूटमेंट आ जाएगी, उसके बाद. उससे पहले मैं किसी से दोस्ती नहीं करता. बिकॉज प्रोफेशनली आई एम जस्ट हियर टू मेक यू क्लियर द एग्जाम. आपका काम बहुत सिंपल है कि अच्छा है रो के यहाँ से हमें रिजल्ट चाहिए. बिकॉज यू कैन नेवर इन दिस एंटायर लाइफ अर्न बैक 1.5 years ऑफ योर लाइफ. अपनी ज़िंदगी के 1.5 साल दोबारा तो वापस नहीं ला पाएंगे. One attempt, a very good attempt, an excellent rank. This is what we have to go for. हमें चाहिए बहुत अच्छा rank. Basic thing that we are going to discuss in this orientation, the general strategy, how to tackle history, or how I would say history would tackle you. Because history is there, you just have to recognize that. So, then map, how to tackle the map section. What are the important sources? Coming up with this first. If you talk about sources, think about it. I'll give you the name of all the books. But for all the books, like suppose for ancient India, Upinder Singh is very good. Romila Thapar is super good. R.S. Sharma is super simple. 3 basic books. No? Then there are some books for proto and prehistory. Like one book is there by Irfan Habib. No, it's a separate publication. Irfan Habib is known for medieval Indian history writing, but he has also written a book on pre and proto history, the sequence of series. That's very good. There are many books. No? Then think about medieval history, Satish Chandra, Jail Mehta. They're very good books. And for Delhi University students, LP Sharma is a very simple book. I suppose that for medieval history. For modern history, Shekhar Bandyopadhyay, Bipan Chandra, Sumit Sarkar, and you talk about eventually B.L. Grover. It's a very, very good book. No? Having so much of information. For world history, old book, very old book. L. Mukherjee is a very good book. Norman Louis is a very good book. Jan and Mathur is a good book. No? Then you talk about Ranjan Chakraborty. That is a good book. I just told you the names for the students. There are many books that I would like to read for myself. I would like you to read none. कुछ मत पढ़िए. Because you're not here to become the historian. Historian बनने थोड़े आए, ब्यूरोक्रेट बनने आए. इतनी सी बात है. कोई बुक मत पढ़िए, मेरा काम है ये. First of all, whenever I come to class, Romila Thapar, like I discussed something from Romila Thapar, Perception of Past. Upinder Singh has given so much detail about Indus Valley civilization, pre and proto history. No, Romila Thapar has talked a lot about decline of, like, suppose Mauryan Empire. R.S. Sharma is very good in talking about the transition through the ancient age. From all the books, whatever is good, I'll discuss that in the class. And then, in a very simple point format, I'll dictate you. Simple and point format. Like Romila Thapar, the language is slightly complicated for the students. Slightly complicated. So whatever we'll discuss from Romila Thapar, Upinder Singh, R.S. Sharma, all the books, T.N. Jha, all the books, D.D. Kosambi, we are going to discuss first in the class and then I'm going to dictate that to you. Simple method. आपका काम बहुत simple है. Come all the classes. Do not miss the class unless something is very urgent. There may be some urgency, but urgency is a very different word. इस बेरोजगारी में the most urgent thing is to get a good job. मुझे ऐसा लगता है क्योंकि धीरे-धीरे ना अब घर के लोगों से बात करने में डर लगने लगेगा और आप महसूस कर सकते होंगे आप उस डर को। जब आप पेरेंट्स को कॉल कर रहे हो आपको डर लग रहा हो कि पूछ देंगे कि कैसे चल रही है पढ़ाई, क्या हो रहा है, कब तक हम उम्मीद करें कि तुम अच्छा एग्ज़ाम का रिज़ल्ट ला दोगे। इट्स ऑल बिकमिंग टू डिमांडिंग। सो at this stage in your life, the best and the most urgent thing is to get a job. The health issues, the family issues, something, God forbid, but if that is so, certainly one or two classes, but otherwise just be regular in the class. Class में खूब regular रहिए. We'll start with sources. That is the first chapter that has been given in UPSC syllabus. Bring the syllabus. Each time a chapter is over, put a tick. We'll finish eventually with the world history, European Economic Commission, EU, and all the things. That is the last part of the syllabus. Take that. Your syllabus would be finished in the class itself. Class आ जाइए बस. आपका काम बहुत सिंपल है. एक ही सोर्स है class. That's all. Then whatever time you are getting after the class study, I just need 20 minutes. I just need 20 minutes for you to revise the class notes. If you're slow, go for 30 minutes. Not more than 30 minutes. मान लीजिए 30 minutes after that you have finished all the other studies, GS and everything. Then do nothing. कुछ मत करिए. अच्छी मूवी देखिए, घूमिए और दोस्तों के साथ खेलिए. आपको नहीं लगता है आपने यूपीएससी की तैयारी को काफ़ी सजा बना लिया है? When you are creative, when you are happy. The question is that are you happy? आप खुश भी हैं? 8 to 9 hours of study overall a day. 9 घंटे की पढ़ाई. ज़्यादा खाना खाने से पहलवान नहीं बनते हैं, अच्छा खाना खाने से पहलवान बनते हैं. ऐसे देखा कि रेस्टोरेंट में बैठकर पहलवान दिन रात खाना खा रहे हैं कि हम पहलवान बनना है. ऐसे थोड़ी बनते पहलवान. अच्छा खाना खाने से पहलवान बनते हैं. अच्छा खाना खाने से. 9 hours of very good study. Then you are free. उसके बाद you go for reading stories, movies, whatever it is. But then this should be enlightening. A good literature, maybe a good movie, no? A very heart-touching movie, anything like that. That would add. क्योंकि मान लीजिए कि आप पहुँच गए इंटरव्यू में, तो पहला सवाल ही ये पूछेंगे कि कहानियाँ पढ़ते हो? मूवीज़ देखते हो? अब आप बच सकते हैं, आप कह रहे हैं कि नो, यू डू नॉट गो फॉर एनी मूवी, डू नॉट रीड एनी स्टोरी। तो वो समझ जाएँगे कि आप बहुत बोरिंग हैं, वो तो समझ जाएँगे। तो आपको बताना पड़ेगा मूवीज़, स्टोरीज़, व्हाट टाइप ऑफ स्टोरीज़, व्हाट टाइप ऑफ म्यूज़िक, व्हाट टाइप ऑफ बुक्स, सब सब कुछ। They are looking for very interesting personalities. So the question is that do you find yourself very interesting? हाँ, आपको कोई मिलेगा तो 5 मिनट इम्प्रेस करने की कोशिश करना आसान है। पर जो लोग आपको मिल रहे हैं, जिनसे आप दोस्ती करना चाहते हैं, जिनको आप 5 मिनट इम्प्रेस करना चाहते हैं, स्टूडेंट्स हैं वो, दे आर स्टूडेंट्स। दे वुड नॉट बी स्टूडेंट, दे वुड बी इंटरव्यूअर्स। वो उतने साल से इंटरव्यू ले रहे हैं, जितने साल के अभी आप नहीं हैं। आप 22-23 साल के होंगे, वो 25 साल से इंटरव्यू ले रहे हैं। यू कैन नॉट ब्लफ देम। सो 8 to 9 hours ऑफ स्टडी। क्लास के बाद 30 मिनट्स मैक्सिमम क्लास नोट्स रिवीजन, देन गो फॉर जीएस एंड गो फॉर करंट अफेयर्स। करंट अफेयर्स पढ़िए। इफ शेख हसीना इज इन इंडिया, नो, इंडिया बांग्लादेश रिलेशन, why it is so important, why the BNP, the opposition party there in Bangladesh, why it is against India, and how it is getting the support from Jamaat Islami, that is a radical Islamist organization there. If the opposition party comes to power in Bangladesh, then Bangladesh would become another fertile ground for radical Islam. India is very concerned about it. That is why at this stage we are giving complete support to Sheikh Hasina, daughter of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. No? And we had supported Sheikh Mujibur Rahman as well during the time of independence of Bangladesh. How this is unfolding, that is current affairs that you should learn. So rest of the time for GS, for current affairs, for other subjects as well. मेरा काम बहुत सिंपल है। टोटल स्टडी टाइम फॉर ऑप्शनल एवरी डे 2 hours ऑफ क्लास, हाफ एन आवर ऑफ रिविजन। इसके बाद मत लगाइए टाइम। इफ यू आर स्टडिंग फॉर 8 hours, नो, सपोज 2 to 3 hours you are giving to optional, you are just left with 5 or 5.5 hours, not more than that, for the self overall studies. Don't you think that then you have to read GS, and then you have to go for current affairs, then you have to go for writing practice? राइटिंग प्रैक्टिस भी तो करेंगे। You'll go for previous year questions. Do you think that 5 hours is more? That is what you are giving. Be calculative. Do not study like what others are studying. अगर आप बाकी लोगों की तरह पढ़ाई करेंगे तो बाकी लोगों की तरह फेल भी कर जाएंगे। अपने जैसे पढ़िए। कोई बच्चा 16 घंटे पढ़ रहा है लेकिन 12 घंटे उसमें ऑप्शनल ही पढ़े जा रहा है, उसे फेल करने दीजिए। Why are you worried about that? कोई बच्चा बाद 16 घंटे पढ़ रहा है जिसमें 1 घंटा भी ऑप्शनल नहीं पढ़ा, वो भी फेल कर जाएगा। You have to maintain a balance. Perfect balance. 2 to 3 hours of study for optional, not more than that. Some teachers, they say that you should study optional for 5 hours and 6 hours. I'm not going to give you a PhD degree in my subject. I'm not going to make you archaeologist or historian. You are going to clear UPSC. You are going to be a bureaucrat. Simple source, class. Second question, how to tackle history? Just try to understand history. Do not mug up. याद मत करिए। हिस्ट्री के साथ सिंपल सी बात यह है, याद मत करिए। S. Bandyopadhyay wrote the book From Plassey to Partition. It's a very famous book, From Plassey to Partition. Why only from Plassey to Partition? Why not from Buxar to Partition? Why not from Mysore War to Partition? Battle of Plassey, no? Battle of Buxar, and the Carnatic Wars. Super important 3 wars. Battle of Plassey, 1757. This would give British the access to the resources of Bengal, and this would make British successful in Battle of Buxar in 1764. Then the British would use the resources of Bengal to fight against the French in Carnatic Wars in South, 1746 to 63. And when this would be there, the British would also defeat the French, the biggest rival, in Carnatic, using the resources of Bengal. Don't you think that it was Battle of Plassey that gave the British success into Battle of Buxar and also the success in Carnatic Wars. Battle of Plassey and Battle of Buxar gave the British the dominance over the Indian powers, and the Carnatic Wars gave the British the dominance over the foreign powers like French. And by dominating the Indian powers and the French foreign powers, the British dominated entire India. This was the start of the British dominance over India. That is why the book From Plassey to Partition. Battle of Plassey gave the British access to the resources of Bengal, and Battle of Plassey also made them very ambitious. So there was a lethal combination now. Ambition plus resources. Don't you think that there would be another battle? And that was Battle of Buxar. So Battle of Plassey would lead to Battle of Buxar. Battle of Plassey would give the British access to the fertile areas of Bihar and Bengal and the fertile Ganga plains. Battle of Plassey would give the British so much of money and the populous province of Bengal that would help them create British Indian Army. Bengal was always easy for the British to run away to their homeland. If there would be any trouble, they would get the help from the homeland. The sea was closed. Don't you think that the British success in India, it was because of Bengal? That is why the book was written From Plassey to Partition. And now it has been revised. It has been revised and bola Plassey to Partition and beyond. But Plassey is the start. Plassey is the start. So first of all, understand the significance of anything. Do not mug up. जीएस थोड़ी है कि पूछेंगे कि 1757 में बैटल ऑफ प्लासी हुआ था. No. Certainly, अगर ऐसी बात है, then we have to understand the things in detail. Understand the things in detail and do not try to mug up. Then, when you are writing, do not write factual, write conceptual. Online candidates, in chat box, put the questions. I'll try to tackle that. All the online candidates, just keep putting the questions in the chat box. I'll keep answering that. Suppose you talk about Anglo-Maratha War. Basic thing. In world history, you will read about industrial revolution. In world history, UPSC asks the question that whosoever says industrial revolution in England talks about textile revolution. UPSC ने सवाल पूछा वर्ल्ड हिस्ट्री पार्ट में ऑप्शनल में that whosoever talks about industrial revolution talks about textile revolution in England. It all started because of textile production in England. So if textile production was the backbone of industrial revolution in England, don't you think that for that textile they needed cotton? Cotton was there. In Deccan. Deccan was black soil area. Black soil area was controlled by the Marathas. And if this is so, certainly the Anglo-Maratha War would become inevitable. Look, whatever history I have discussed so far with you of optional part, there is something that you should try to mug up. If you're writing about Anglo-Maratha War, I'm giving you this part from S. Bandyopadhyay. If you read the book of S. Bandyopadhyay, Shekhar Bandyopadhyay says that Anglo-Maratha War was there because the black soil cotton area was Deccan area that was controlled by the Marathas, and in England there was industrial revolution. That is why the Anglo-Maratha War was inevitable. Now this is a very good part that has been given in S. Bandyopadhyay. Then a very good chronology would be given in B.L. Grover. No, a very good chronology would be given in B.L. Grover. So I'll combine both the parts of B.L. Grover and S. Bandyopadhyay and we'll discuss that in class. Then I'll dictate. But then whatever is history for optional, do not try to mug up. समझिए, समझ के पढ़िए. It's not factual. It's conceptual clarity that we have to go for. We have to go for conceptual clarity. Okay? Then one question from online candidate. Sir, is there GS overlap in syllabus of optional? Kanchan, you came late, but then what is the basic relation between GS and optional? Just now we discussed about it, that if you talk about GS, whatever you study there in GS, no, and you add more 30% analysis to it, that would bring you to the history optional level. Reverse analysis. Whatever you study in history optional, you reduce the analysis part of that, your GS is already covered. Your GS is already covered in double detail. Because in GS classes, there is always a limitation that we can discuss, what we can discuss and what we cannot. In optional, there is no limitation. We can discuss as much as we want. 5 months is the optional course duration. If you are just student, 5.5 months optional course duration if you are good students. क्योंकि अगर आप अच्छे होंगे तो बहुत सारी और डिस्कशन हो जाएगी. अच्छा मुझे एक बात बताइए कि अगर एक ही काम किसी ने करना है, सारे बैचेस में सिलेबस तो खत्म करना ही है, तो आपको नहीं लगता है सिलेबस में तो कुछ भी डिफाइन नहीं है? मैंने बोला पेशवाज के बारे में पूछेंगे, कितना पूछेंगे, कैसे पता चलेगा? ये सिर्फ डिपेंड करता है कि आप कितना डिस्कस करना चाहते हैं. Whatever you want to discuss, the teachers would always be more interested in your batch than to discuss more. So अगर आप बहुत अच्छे से डिस्कस करने वाले बैच हैं तो 5 की जगह 5.5 महीने लग जाएंगे. Then even when the batch is over, the batch is still not over because then I keep on asking the students to come and discuss the study with me. क्योंकि होता क्या है that once the batch is over, the momentum is entirely gone. पूरा momentum खत्म हो जाएगा. That's not good. So I keep conducting the online classes for them. So every month we can go for a discussion doubt class, online class, even when the batch is over, that will keep you on your path of UPSC till the time. So you may come here for a batch, but your batch is actually over when you give me the recruitment letter. क्योंकि जब तक रिक्रूटमेंट नहीं मिली तब तक तो बैच खत्म हो जाए ये बात समझ में नहीं आई, बिल्कुल भी नहीं. तो बैच फॉर्मली खत्म हो जाता है, सिलेबस. बैच नहीं खत्म होता है, बैच तब खत्म होता है जब आप मुझे देते हैं रिक्रूटमेंट. देन ऑनलाइन कैंडिडेट्स, वन मोर क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम ऑनलाइन कैंडिडेट. Will it be basics or any prerequisite such as NCERT? Look, first of all, in my class, if you come, I would like you not to know anything. अगर आपको कुछ नहीं आता है बहुत खुशी की बात है, क्योंकि अगर एक घर पहले से बना हुआ है उसको तोड़कर एक नया घर बनाना बहुत ही मुश्किल काम है. खाली प्लॉट मिले घर बनाना ज़्यादा, इसलिए दिल्ली में खाली प्लॉट ज़्यादा महंगे बिकते हैं बशर्ते कि उन प्लॉट्स के जहाँ पे पहले घर बना हुआ है. दिल्ली वाले अजीब हैं पर लॉजिकल हैं इस बात में, मुझे लगता है. अगर आपको कुछ नहीं आता है या आप सब कुछ भूल के यहाँ पहुँचे हैं, अगर आपने कुछ भी नहीं, अगर आपने एनसीईआरटी भी नहीं पढ़ा है, मुझे बहुत खुशी होगी. बिकॉज वी विल डिस्कस एवरीथिंग फ्रॉम 6th स्टैंडर्ड टू 12th स्टैंडर्ड एनसीईआरटी. From Ramila Thapa to Upinder Singh to R.S. Sharma to Bipan Chandra to Satish Chandra to Irfan Habib, any book that you can think of, any part that is good, we are going to discuss this in the class itself. So आपका काम बहुत सिंपल है. आप PhD करने के लिए मेरे पास मत आइए. You are here to clear the exam. You are here to clear the exam. आपका काम बहुत सिंपल है. आपको एग्जाम क्लियर करना है तो मैं सब कुछ क्लास में पढ़ा दूंगा. There is no prerequisite. Neither NCERT nor basic books, nothing. No prerequisite. Just come to the class. Offline candidates, any questions you have? Hmm. Hmm. But when you talk about cotton in Bengal, it was less, jute was more. Jute cultivation was more, correct? More than that, when jute industry would become very prominent in Britain, no, in Britain, you'll find that the British would keep on increasing the control towards Bangladesh area and Northeast. They would keep on extending their control. It was all economy. It was all economy that was deriving their purpose. एक और भी बात. Now, if you talk about UPSC, one of the misconcepts about UPSC optional is that map work. कि मैप बहुत मुश्किल होगा. Basically, map would be the easiest part. I'll give you some examples. Can you understand the Ashokan inscriptions without integrating that into map? Can you understand the IBC sites without integrating that into map? Now, the first basic misconcept is that the UPSC candidates try to prepare the map separately. Not needed. Because without integrating the map into overall studies, you would not be able to understand overall history syllabus. You have to integrate it naturally into syllabus. Do not, no? Correct? Zubair, I'm going to discuss that, your question as well, but see this. First, do not try to prepare history map separately. We will discuss the questions, but you should know that map is there first in the syllabus to make you understand the syllabus. Do not prepare for map just for 50 marks. Prepare for maps to make your study and syllabus more integrated, embedded, and interesting. Second trouble is that history, most of the candidates, what they would do, they would first start dividing the maps, no? Then they would keep on dividing it into blocks. ब्लॉक्स में डिवाइड करेंगे वो, देन ब्लॉक्स में डिवाइड करके वो याद करेंगे कि किस ब्लॉक में, नो, इन विच ब्लॉक, विच ऑफ द साइट वुड कम 1.5 millimeter, 1.8 millimeter, and the things like that. It's all disaster. Disaster है ये. First thing you have to understand that if I say that this site is in the 38th block, would you be able to remember 38th block in exam? एग्जाम में जब पेपर सामने होता है तो फरिश्ते याद आ रहे होते हैं, 38th ब्लॉक थोड़ी याद आएगा. ये बहुत ही अजीब सा प्रोसेस है. दिस इज वेरी कम्बर्सम, नॉट मच नीडेड. Second thing that you should know, that if you talk about the map sites, this is the 2023 question. This year means UPSC question this is. Don't you think that UPSC has already given the sites? पहले तो ये समझिए that you do not have to plot the sites at all. That was 10 years back. The pattern was there whether you have to make the blocks and you have to plot the sites. नहीं जरूरत होती है अब उसकी, क्यों कर रहे हैं आप? UPSC will give you the sites. You just have to recognize that. Then why you are wasting the time in plotting the sites? Your time should go for in understanding and getting a conceptual understanding where is the site, what is the description around it, what is the description around it. So first of all, बिल्कुल भी साइट प्लॉट करने में टाइम बर्बाद मत करिए. डू नॉट वेस्ट योर टाइम इन प्लॉटिंग द साइट्स. बिल्कुल भी टाइम बर्बाद मत करिए. Your time should go into observing the sites and the sites and the details around it. For example, this is 2023 question, and this question says that 2023 question, it says that seventh site is a capital, was the capital of Maitrika dynasty. Seventh site. Now when you talk about seventh site, this is the seventh site. It is in Gujarat. What was the capital of Maitrika dynasty? Vallabhi. The capital of Maitrika dynasty was Vallabhi. With the decline of the Guptas, there was rise of some dynasties like Maitrikas in Gujarat, like Pushyabhutis in Haryana and Western UP area. Like you talk about later Guptas, no? Then you talk about Gadwalas of, like you talk about mockeries of Kannauj. Some dynasties they emerged. One of them was Maitrika dynasty in Gujarat. The capital was Vallabhi. Now Vallabhi was a great learning center. And if you talk about the Jain Council, the second Jain Council was convened in Vallabhi. Super important site is Vallabhi. Very easy to figure out is Vallabhi. One question from 2023 UPSC question. 2023 another question, 8th. उन्होंने बोला 8th. 8th is a dockyard. 8th is a dockyard. It's a dockyard. They are not talking about this is a port. So do not write Bharuch. मत लिख दीजिएगा भरूच. उन्होंने बोला dockyard. In ancient age, from Lothal in IVC, no? From Lothal in IVC, we have got a dockyard. The evidence of a dockyard. The first dockyard in the world in ancient time was from Lothal dockyard. It is on the mouth of the Bhogwa river. So would you not study about Lothal? Would you not study about Vallabhi in GS? Is that simple? It's that integrated question that they are asking. I'll show you one more question from 2023. 2023 UPSC question bola Satvahana inscription site. You have to match that with 11th. The greatest Satvahana king was Gautami Putra Satkarni. The inscription of Gautami Putra Satkarni was written by Gautami Bala's mother. Nasik inscription. GS का बच्चा आपके मैप के क्वेश्चन मार्क करके चलाएगा. इतने सिंपल क्वेश्चन पूछता है. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू शुड हैव द आइडिया दैट दिस इज द मोस्ट स्कोरिंग पार्ट. अब उससे भी मजेदार बात बताता हूं दैट अर्लियर, नाउ दिस स्टेज द मैप क्वेश्चन इज इन द फर्स्ट पेपर. Earlier, the map question was part of the first and the second paper, both of that. But it was that scoring that UPSC found that the history optional student would get advantage, and that is why now they have removed it from the second part. It is not the most difficult part. This is the most scoring part because the information is absolutely objective. Once you figure out, the examiner is compelled to give you the marks. So, if anyone says that कि मैथ बहुत मुश्किल होता है, कभी देखा ही नहीं उसने यूपीएससी के क्वेश्चंस को अच्छे से. द इजीएस्ट पार्ट इज मैथ. द मोस्ट स्कोरिंग पार्ट इज मैथ. यही है आपका मीटी पोर्शन. देयर आर सम मीटीएस्ट पार्ट ऑफ द पेपर. दिस इज अ वेरी मीटी पार्ट ऑफ द पेपर. नो, I'll discuss with one last thing about history optional, but before that, anyone has got any question? ऑनलाइन कैंडिडेट्स कैमरे पे ही रहेंगे तभी दोस्ती हो पाएगी. And online candidates, any question that you have? किसी को कोई सवाल पूछना, put that in chat box. Soumya, Vanshika, Kanchan, Bharat, any question? Arnav, any question? Any question? Jubair, I'm now taking your question. How to approach history optional again, but this time through a history optional question. 2023. One last thing that I'll discuss here in seminar. But then, anyone has got any question? You can put that. Offline candidates, any questions? No? मुस्कुराते बहुत कम हैं आप लोग. इंटरव्यू में अगर हम बिल्कुल गुस्से में जाकर बैठे रहे, मान लीजिए 40 मिनट, बस गुस्से गुस्से में निकल गए, इंटरव्यूअर परेशान हो जाए क्योंकि उसके तो दिन भर का काम है. आपके लिए आपकी ज़िंदगी का पहला इंटरव्यू है, उसका थोड़ी पहला इंटरव्यू. उसके लिए तो मतलब रोज का काम है. आप समझ रहे हैं, उसके रोज का काम है. और अगर आपने किसी को उसके रोज के काम में पका दिया ना, तो आप समझ रहे हैं कि आपके सारे मार्क्स डिडक्ट कर देगा. क्योंकि उसको तो कोई जॉब भी नहीं चाहिए, उसके रोज का काम है भाई, वो तो बिल्कुल पक जाएगा. स्माइलिंग बुद्धास, दोज हु क्लियर यूपीएससी, दे आर एक्चुअली लाइक ए स्माइलिंग बुद्धास. और उससे भी जल्दी पहले मेरी जिंदगी तबाह हो जाएगी, क्योंकि 5.5 महीने अगर आप गुस्से में मेरी क्लास में बैठे हैं, तो मेरी जिंदगी कितनी तबाह हो जाएगी. ये तो काफी मुश्किल बात हो जाएगी. तो थोड़ा सा मुस्कुराएंगे. अब देखिए, मैं आपको एक सवाल दिखाता हूं 2023 का. आई एम टेकिंग दिस ईयर्स क्वेश्चन. एक सिंपल सवाल. सी दिस क्वेश्चन. चलिए, सबसे मुश्किल वाला सवाल ले लिया मैंने. जो इस साल का पेपर इतना इजी आया था कि मुझे मुश्किल सवाल खोजना पड़ा. उन्होंने पहला सवाल पूछ दिया, व्हाई यू कॉल न्यूलिथिक एज एज द रेवोल्यूशन. एग्रीकल्चर वाज देयर. नो, दैट वाज अ मैसिव शिफ्ट. If agriculture would be there, grains would be there, you have to store the grain. In Neolithic age, pottery would be there for the first time. If agriculture would be there, the people would start the settled life for the first time. No, domestication of animal would become prominent from the first time. And when they would get time, because now the agriculture was there, they would be less dependent on nature. No, so the philosophical churning would start for the first time. And in Kashmir, in Gufkral and Burjhom, you started finding the evidence of burial of dog along with the masters. The idea of birth and rebirth, it was emerging. It was a revolutionary age, Neolithic age. इतने आसान सवाल पूछ दिए ना हिस्ट्री ऑप्शन में कि मैं बता ही नहीं सकता हूँ. फिर मैं बहुत खोजा कि सबसे मुश्किल सवाल कौन है. एक थोड़ा सा मुश्किल सवाल मिला. ज़्यादा मुश्किल सवाल तो मिला ही नहीं मुझे. एक थोड़ा सा मुश्किल सवाल मिला, तो मुझे लगा कि थोड़ा सा मुश्किल सवाल मैं सॉल्व कर लेता हूँ आपके साथ. See this. How far the Sangam literature acts as a window into the social and cultural tradition of ancient South India. Sangam age, Cholas, Cheras and the Pandyas. We're talking about Cholas, Cheras and the Pandyas. First of all, whenever there is a technical word, Sangam literature is a technical word, like numismatics, like epigraphy, define that. Simple introduction. Introduction का एक simple formula है. Whenever there is a technical word, define that. Define कर दीजिए. तो define कर दीजिए. Sangams, what they were? They were the assembly of the poets convened by the Pandyan king. And the Pandyan kings, when they convened the assembly of the poets, in that the poets generated so much of literature like Silapadikaram, Mani Meklai, Tolakappiyam, many of them, and they give the knowledge about Tamilakam. What is Tamilakam? Cholas, Cheras, and the Pandyas. You talk about far south India in ancient time. Now, from Sangam literature, what are the ideas that we get about social and cultural tradition? First of all, we get the reference of the classes like Arasar, no? Arasar. The when you talk about Arasar and you talk about Anthanar, Arasar, they were the ruling class. Anthanar, they were the priestly class. Vanigars, you talk about the traders, and Velalas, the farmers. So basically, caste-like system, Varna-like system had started emerging about the society. We come to know. Then most of the poems, they would represent two ideas: Aham and Puram. Aham and Puram. Aham, love, inner feeling. Puram, valor, warrior-like class. No, warrior-like class. So you talk about the warrior ethics, they're very strong in the Sangam society. Last year, UPSC asked the question that what do you understand by Vatta Kirutal? Vatta Kirutal in UPSC Pre. UPSC Pre 2023, what was Vatta Kirutal? Warrior-like people. Defeat would be considered a shame. The defeated king would have to commit suicide by fasting. That was called Vatta Kirutal. That was asked by UPSC Pre 2023 Pre 2022 2022 pre-exam. Last year, UPSC asked this question, Vatta Kirutal. Now, when you talk about this, certainly you find that the warrior ethics were very high. The literature would represent that. Then the education was very high. Such fine literature was so popular in society. आपको नहीं लगता that would show the standard of the education in society? If it would not be generally read, why this would become so popular? Sangam literature. So the education standard was very high, and the people had a very good literary taste. Understanding poetry is most difficult compared to the story. The people could understand that society was educated. The big warriors, they were worshipped, and that was called Natukal. In literature, that is reflected as Natukal, the worship of the big warriors. So hero worship was there. No, it's South Indian culture. Like Rajnikant? Like Rajnikant? South Indian culture. Is hero worship? Natukal. The prime god was Sian or Murugan. Literature would represent that. Then there was belief in magic. Nanku. When you talk about the Nanku, it's mentioned as magical force. So non-Aryan tradition is always magic. Don't you think that when Aryans came to India, they could not understand many of the traditions of non-Aryans? And their rituals basically they categorize as magic. जादू कर रहे हैं बैठ के, ये जादू कर रहे हैं बैठ के. Magic, non-Aryan tradition. We get very diverse information from Sangam literature. पर रुक जाइए. उन्होंने बोला how far the Sangam literature. No? यहाँ तक लिख देगा जीएस का बच्चा भी. पर उन्होंने क्वेश्चन पूछा टू व्हाट एक्सटेंट, हाउ फार द संगम लिटरेचर वुड गिव यू द इंफॉर्मेशन अबाउट द सोसाइटी दैट टाइम. टू बिग एक्सटेंट, बट टू सम एक्सटेंट they were failure as well. Now the optional like criticism would start. First of all, if you talk about the Sangam literature, so first of all, don't you think that Sangam literature, it was written by the poets who were being paid by the Pandyan rulers? So don't you think that it was mainly Prashasti like, eulogy like, in admiration of the Pandyan king? It would not give any negative aspect. So it is just like eulogy. आप किसी की तारीफ पे तारीफ किए जा रहे हैं, and there is no negative point that is coming. No negative point that is coming. So it would be biased. It would be exaggerated. Second thing, poetic literature is always exaggerated. To add the beauty into literature, they would use exaggeration. It was poetic, exaggeration, full of that. Certainly, poetic literature, full of exaggeration. Again, Sangam literature would have a problem. Third, for a long time, it was passed on from one generation to another through oral tradition. So there would be distortions. there would be distortions. And fourth, eventually it was compiled over centuries. So exactly you do not know which society they are talking about. Suppose it was compiled in 500 years, 600 years. Then in 600 years, which time society you're talking about when you're using the literature, that is not clear because 600 year is a big time. Society at the end of 600 years would be quite different from the society at the start of 600 years. So the chronology is not clear that when we are talking about society in the literature of this time, which society you're talking about. There are flaws. There are flaws. Don't you think that we can conclude here that Sangam literature is excellent literature, a source of history to reconstruct ancient age, but at the same time, its shortcomings should also be considered. Its shortcomings should also be considered before reconstructing history through it. The exaggeration should be removed. Chronology should be clear based on writing style. No, all the shortcomings should be removed to use this. Now, this is a question from the first chapter of syllabus of UPSC, that is sources. पहला syllabus chapter क्या है? Sources. यही तो है sources. उन्हें पूछा कि how far you would be able to use Sangam literature for as the sources of ancient India. Without even studying much, basically you can write. Look, you have to prepare for GS as well. Otherwise, I can make you prepare for history optional in 2 months. अगर आपको GS नहीं पढ़ना हो और अगर आप सिर्फ हिस्ट्री पढ़ना चाहते हैं सुबह से शाम तक बैठ के मेरे साथ, तो 60 दिन बाद आप हिस्ट्री में यूपीएससी के किसी भी क्वेश्चन का जवाब लिख के आ जाएंगे. ये इतना ही आसान है. Because once you integrate historiography very well with the overall GS part, it becomes super easy. Now this is historiography. This is historiography. You're not separately mentioning it, but you have to embed that. But you have to embed that into your answer. It's the simplest part basically. You do not have to mug up. आपको इसको याद नहीं करना है. But very naturally you should integrate. But very naturally you should integrate. अब मैंने बोला बहुत आसान से सवाल पूछे थे, तो चलिए एक और बात बता दूं. उन्होंने बोला हिस्ट्री ऑप्शनल 2023 क्वेश्चन एनालाइज द tenets, spread and impact of भक्ति मूवमेंट. यूपीएससी 2023 क्वेश्चन दिस इज. आपको नहीं लगता यूपीएससी कुछ ज़्यादा ही आसान है? मतलब इतना मुश्किल तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं जितनी बातें हमें बता दी गई हैं. और ये सिंपल है, 3 पार्ट में डिवाइड करिए. उन्होंने बताया 3 पार्ट में डिवाइड करिए. उन्होंने पूछा फर्स्ट, देन गो टू इंट्रोड्यूस. अब इंट्रोड्यूस करना शुरू करिए. हाउ दिस इंट्रोडक्शन कैन बी. व्हाट वाज भक्तिज्म? अ रिएक्शन अगेंस्ट रिचुअल्स. उन्होंने बोला salvation for all, not for just the rich. Then the reaction against the rituals also came in the form of philosophy of Upanishads, but philosophy could only be understood by very intellectual people. Shankaracharya said that Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya. So UPSC is also Mithya. If only God is true and everything else is illusion, then UPSC is the biggest illusion. Oh, that requires some very good intellect. So philosophical way would have its own limitation. That came in reaction to the rituals. And rituals certainly would not allow the religion to become democratic because the richer people could go for more rituals than the poorer people. पैसे नहीं थे उनके पास. Bhaktism. What was Bhaktism? The democratic movement in religion was Bhaktism. So, religion for all. Religion for all. The most democratic movement in Hindu ideology was Bhakti movement. So what was Bhakti movement? It was an effort to democratize religion for all. Salvation for all. Just with dedication. Then उन्होंने पूछा tenets. What are the tenets? Nothing else is needed. Just devotion. No rituals. But if there is no ritual, what the priestly class would do? जरूरत ही नहीं priestly class की. No priestly class. Then salvation for all. Salvation for everyone. No restriction of caste, varna, nothing. No. Then monotheism, one single God. Kabir Das, Tulsi Das, no, they would believe in all one single God. Then, if this were the basic tenets of Bhakti movement, what the spread we talk about? Bhakti movement originated in South, actually Alwar and Nayanar saints. Alwar saints, you talk about Vaishnavite. Nayanar saints, you talk about Shaivite. From there, Bhakti movement came to North with the help of Ramananda. Ramananda was a disciple of Ramanujacharya. Ramanujacharya talked about Vishishta Advait. So Vishishta Advait. Then disciple was Ramananda. Ramananda brought it to north. उन्होंने पूछा spread of bhakti movement, go to north, talk about Kabir Das, Rai Das, Tulsi Das. Then Punjab, Guru Nanak Dev, Bhakti Saint. Then East, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In Bengal, Shankar Dev. In Assam. Then in Rajasthan, Mirabai, Dadu Dayal. Maharashtra, Gyan Dev, Tukaram. No, all Maharashtra, Dharma, Bhakti Saints. Kashmir, Laleshwari, Lalder. Don't you think that here talking about a spread of Bhakti movement? Here talking about a spread of Bhakti movement. उन्होंने बोला impact of Bhakti movement, then syncretism. Bhakti movement and Sufi movement, they were talking very much alike. So the synthesis between Hinduism and Islam would be faster in the form of syncretism. Impact on Sufism, many of the Sufi saints, they learnt a lot from Bhakti saints. Like they were practicing tapasya, pranayama, all the things. No? Then the rulers like Akbar, so many of them, they were impacted by the ideas of Bhaktism, Sufism and syncretism. Then music, bhajan, kirtan, so many devotional singing. Then literature, the stories of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, no, the writing of Baba Farid in Sufism would contribute, like just like that would be contribution of Sufism as well in literature. Bhaktism, the writing of so many saints like Baba, like you talk about Tulsidas, Ramcharitmanas, Mirabai, Bhajan, Kirtan and Sankirtan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all literature would become very prominent. Don't you think that the biggest contribution and the conclusion would be that basically it would democratize Hinduism? So in introduction, write that it was a reaction against rituals and the complexity of the philosophies. Rituals were cumbersome, the philosophies were complex. It was a reaction against both of that. In conclusion, write that it democratized Hinduism. It is also one of the impacts. So you're also writing one of the impacts and you're also concluding it, because this is what was the overall impact. The introduction and conclusion would be one liner. Very simple. No? One liner, introduction and conclusion. Then before I forget, this is my phone number 8750 619 659. Anyone who would like to know anything about history optional, you can directly give me a message. I'll revert back 8750 619 659. Online candidates, any doubts you have, they can put that in chat box. Okay. This is what was like a short discussion I wanted to have with you for history as optional, how to tackle that. No, I would like you to keep the preparation very light. जब चीज़ें हल्की होंगी, you are always happy. When you are happy, you are creative. Then maybe if I'm saving half an hour of you in studies, I would ask you to go for half an hour of walk. कि जाकर सुबह टहल लेंगे आधे घंटे. Because when you're infusing that much of oxygen every day and your hemoglobin is absorbing that, no, absorbing that oxygen, maybe you are always alert throughout the day, and whatever you're studying it far more efficiently. Then above all, maybe if I have saved half an hour of you, then maybe for 5-10 minutes I would ask you to think about yourself. Why you want UPSC? UPSC क्यों चाहिए? UPSC क्लियर क्यों करना है? No? And there are many reasons. You will have to find your own reason. Very inspired, very disciplined, very happy, very creative. जब पूजा करने जाते हैं तो कैसे जाते हैं? पढ़ाई बिल्कुल वैसे ही करते हैं. Studies, music, worship, everything is a way to connect you to yourself. Connecting you to yourself. You are adding that in Sanskrit is a word that is called yoga. And that is how we have derived the word yoga. So anything that connects you with yourself, and yourself is like infinite. Is this not? That is yoga, then studies is also yoga. So wish you a happy reading. बहुत अच्छे से पढ़िए और बहुत कमाल पढ़िए. किसी को कोई डाउट होगा तो मैसेज करिए, और मैं चाहूँगा कि आपको ढेर सारे डाउट हों. बहुत अच्छे से पढ़िए और यूपीएससी बहुत जल्दी क्लियर करिए. इफ़ यू आर वेस्टिंग, नो, Akash is asking, sir, which part of which part we should start our optional preparation? Akash, my question is कि हमें how to start, where from where we should start the history optional preparation. UPSC says the syllabus is to start with sources. So we will also in class start with sources. UPSC is ending with European Union in syllabus. We will also end the syllabus with European Union. What UPSC does, we do. UPSC सबकी मम्मी है, बस UPSC को follow करेंगे. Take care. Wish you all very happy reading. No? Very happy and simple. I have not tried to complicate the process because anyway it is not complicated. I cannot do anything about it. My subject has made me like this only. Take care. God bless. Take care, online candidates. God bless you.